I'm Joy Pullmann. I'm the executive editor of the Federalist, here to talk today about the expected nomination of President Donald Trump. He is expected and reported to be announcing Amy Coney Barrett to the position that was recently vacated by the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So there's been some discussion about Coney Barrett and her amazing biography. And when, if you just list off kind of the highlights of it, it's almost astounding that there's a human being in the country that does all of these things. She has had a just stellar, well admired by people on both sides of all sides of the judicial spectrum, people that she's worked with. They respect her for her character, for her intellect. They have just spoken publicly about what an admirable human being that she is. And on top of her really top of the nation, top of the world legal career as a professor of law at the University of Notre Dame, she's also been a mother of 7 children. All of them are under the age of 20. 2 of them are adopted children from Haiti, and 1 is a special needs child, a little boy with Down syndrome. So, I mean, just reading, just listing off that kind of resume, you sit there and think, holy cow, this is an exemplary human being. She is kind of the epitome of what, of an American citizen, of a fellow American that I'm really proud to share a country with. But she's also an exemplary person in terms of her femininity. She represents what a lot of people, particularly the left always claims, they want to support women having it all, but they don't tend to actually in practice fulfill that. So we see an exemplary person in Amy Coney Barrett, who really does have it all. She's pretty, she's smart, she's a mother, she has top of the nation career. She has everything, she has a very deep and abiding religious faith by all accounts. All of the things that make a life meaningful, are encapsulated in this one admirable woman. Yet, of course, we know that, Democrats in the Senate are going to very strongly oppose her nomination. They have already begun doing so even before the announcement has been made of her nomination. And I think it really illustrates the fact that in practice, while the left tells women we want you to have it all, they really encourage the opposite. They encourage women to do things that are against our biology, and to really try to have it all in the man's form of living, which actually I don't even think that's the man form of living now that I think of it. Because what I was about to say, of course, women have to suppress and eliminate our fertility, including the extreme method of abortion, which actually is the killing of human life. And we're forced to kind of make our bodies, we're pushed in the direction of making our bodies tombs for human beings rather than what they are intended to be, which is cultivators of human life, and really wonderful component of our being that we're able to offer to the world. But the left really tells women, babies are yucky, they're bad, they're distraction, focus on your career, and really encourages women to act. And I was, like I said earlier, I was about to say act like men, but I don't really think men should be infertile either. Men get meaning and substance out of having a family as well as a significant component of their life. It's a huge factor sociological research has found in men's happiness and their health, and their mental and physical well-being, as well as their life satisfaction. We are, the left is obviously, everybody knows that it's the Democrat Party that pushes abortion on demand. And it really tells women because, for the reason the pressure is that, it's going to ruin your career. Well, obviously Amy Coney Barrett disproves all of that. And that is I'm a mom of 6 kids also. I also work full-time. I couldn't compare my career to Mrs. Barrett's because, because hers is just amazing. But because of that, I do understand what kind of sacrifices she has had to make to be in the position that she is. And she is absolutely deserving of public respect and honor for having done that. And for, being able to cultivate a family. I've understand with the help of a very strong community, undoubtedly a very strong husband, but she is really someone that should be held up as an example of something that women can really aspire to and respect, even if we don't maybe all want to have a full-time career and 7 children, but to know that there's a human being in the world that actually has been able to do that and by all accounts in a very competent way, is something that we can really celebrate and enjoy and hold up as an encouragement in our times when we worry worry about whether we can balance kids in a career, we can think, well, if Amy Coney Barrett can do it, I can. And that's something that we should be hearing from women's magazines, from the press, from all kinds of media, and we know that we're not going to hear it, and that just simply is because her life script and her happiness is a repudiation of their dogma. I'm Joy Pullmann. I'm the executive editor of the Federalist, signing off.